Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us on this broadcast. Remember, the hashtag is KTN Prime tonight. But all eyes are on Raila Odinga in as far as the AUC chairperson race is concerned. And tomorrow, President William Ruto will be unveiling Raila as Kenya's candidate for the AUC Commission chairperson, or the AU Commission chairperson position. But what does it take, and how far are we? These are the questions you might be asking yourself this evening. And as far as the countries supporting Raila Odinga is concerned, do we have the East Africa region support? Let's take a look at these particular countries, and in the illustration this evening, the map you are seeing on this particular illustration in blue are the countries that are already in support of Raila Odinga's candidature. That is including Algeria, Nigeria, of course our very own Kenya, Tanzania, and of course if you follow closely with me, they are marked in blue, Somalia, Uganda, South Africa, Rwanda, Nigeria, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Burundi. Seychelles is also supporting Raila's candidature for this race. Ghana, South Sudan, Guinea-Bissau, Angola, Algeria, and Congo-Brazzaville. Now, as you can see, of course, looking at that particular continent, we still have a long way to go, but we will see what happens as the campaigns intensify. But who are the candidates who are, of course, running against Raila Odinga? This makes 4 of them. Raila Amolo Odinga from Kenya. We're also seeing Mohamed Yusuf from Djibouti. A number of people saying this might be a big threat for this particular race, but let's see how that goes, especially after tomorrow and as we look at these elections to happen in February. And Anil Gayan from Mauritania is also a candidate in this race. Richard, of course, let me read that name, Randria Madrato, all right, from Madagascar, is another candidate that is running this race against Raila Amolo Odinga. Not forgetting, President William Ruto will unveil him officially tomorrow. But there is something that ought to be done, a threshold that must be met for a win. 2/3 of the total number of voting countries. We've looked at an amount of 54 countries in the continent. That is, of course, you need to get 2/3 of the total number of the voting countries. When we say this, please have it in mind that there are a number of countries that have been banned from voting, 3 of them, mainly because of the coups, and that includes, of course, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. But either way, each candidate or the winner must meet the threshold of 2/3 of the total number of voting countries in support for their candidature and in that position. 34 out of the 51, like I mentioned earlier on, we have a number of African countries that have been experiencing coups, and 3 of those countries have been banned. That is what you're seeing here: Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. All right, now this is a conversation we'll be having today, discussing what exactly it means for Kenya, what is going to be done in as far as the campaign is concerned, and what needs especially to be done by the government, by Raila Odinga and his team. And at the end of the day, Kenya is going to benefit because President William Ruto and, of course, Musalia Mudavadi have continued to emphasize that this is not about one person, but it is about the entire country. So do talk to us. We are at KTN News, at Doris Anki on X, and that is the whole conversation right now. I'm going to be joined by some very key voices, but in the first part of this conversation, I want to appreciate our foreign policy and security specialist, Nasongo Muliro, who is already in studio, to understand that you need to win the support of quite a number of countries. We're looking at 51 plus